In the year 701 AD, the poet immortal Li Bai was born. It is said that his birthplace was 6,000 li from Chang'an, a place known as Suyab city. That was the western regions during the Han and Tang dynasties, now modern-day Kyrgyzstan, a place that most Chinese people don't know much about and even fewer have visited. So why would Li Bai be born there? And what other stories unfolded on that land? In this video, we will join our friends from the Xinhua News Agency's Belt and Road World Tour reporting team as we venture out of the country and head to the lands of Central Asia in search of that ancient city lost for 1,000 years. You'll discover that Li Bai wasn't the only brilliant name to have shown there, and the stories that unfolded are far beyond our imagination. When we look from a satellite's perspective, we can see that in the heart of the Eurasian continent. Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan, 5 countries, collectively known as the 5 Central Asian states. And Suyab city lies within the borders of modern-day Kyrgyzstan, nestled beneath high mountains. Look, this is Almaty, Kazakhstan's largest city. It's beautiful. If we cross this mountain range where we are, you'll enter Kyrgyzstan. You know what? Seeing this makes me think of the ancient Suyab city. It's hard to imagine that in a place so far from the sea, surrounded by vast deserts, a great city like this could be built. That's right, most of Central Asia is far from the ocean, so moisture has a hard time getting here, making deserts and grasslands the dominant landscape. But how could such an arid region with so little rain give rise to one prosperous city after another, from ancient times to today? To answer that question, we need to venture into an even more breathtaking landscape. Look, you can't even see the other side. This is Lake Issyk, one of the world's largest alpine lakes. Seeing it means we are less than 200 kilometers away from Suyab city. About 1,300 years ago, before Li Bai was even born, the eminent monk Xuanzang passed through here on his way to Suyab city, and then onward to India. Except back then, this great lake had another name, Rihai, or the Hot Sea. Lake Issyk has a surface area of 6,236 square kilometers, with a maximum depth of nearly 700 meters. This allows it to hold a volume of up to 1.7 trillion cubic meters of water, which is more than 18 times the volume of Qinghai Lake, China's largest lake. The immense volume of water keeps its temperature more stable, and because the water is slightly saline, its freezing point is lower. Due to a combination of factors, the lake doesn't freeze even in the dead of winter, which is why the ancients called it the Hot Sea. But what's even more incredible is that a mega lake this deep and this vast also appeared thousands of kilometers away from the ocean. So what force exactly created this great lake and city before our eyes? Look around you. This is the answer, the Tian Shan, one of the most magnificent mountain ranges on Earth. It stretches for more than 2,500 kilometers from Xinjiang, China, all the way to Central Asia. It is precisely the tens of thousands of glaciers on its peaks, combined with the water vapor intercepted by the mountains, that transform into rivers and streams, bringing life to the vast deserts. And today's Kyrgyzstan is a nation of the Tian Shan. 80% of its territory lies within the Tian Shan Mountains, home to thousands of alpine lakes, including Issyk, and over 2,000 rivers. One of these great rivers is called the Chu River. In the Tang Dynasty, it was known as the Suyab River. And beside the Suyab River was the city of Suyab. This rushing river before us is the Suyab River. The land where it flows is flat, with dense vegetation, making it very suitable for farming. At one time, dozens of ancient cities were densely clustered on both banks of the river, including the city of Suyab. Initially, Suyab was just an ordinary commercial settlement. In the late Sui dynasty, Li Bai's ancestors were exiled to the western regions for a crime and eventually ended up here. It wasn't until several generations of Han and Tang efforts in the western regions opened up a new route on the Silk Road that travelers could finally avoid the perilous Taklamakan Desert and instead travel directly to Suyab along the northern Tian Shan route. From then on, the city of Suyab leapt to prominence as a vital hub on the Silk Road. By the time Xuanzang arrived in Suyab in the early Tang Dynasty, it had already become one of the capitals of the Western Turkic Khaganate. It was a bustling place where merchants from many nations lived together. Li Bai's ancestors were likely among these cosmopolitan inhabitants. This kind of family environment made him fluent in foreign languages, allowing him, as an adult, to draft foreign correspondence for the emperor, debating fluently and writing without pause. However, this wasn't even the peak for the city of Suyab. Later on, the Tang Dynasty conquered the Western Turks and established the Protectorate General to pacify the West. Wang Fengyi, the Protector General at the time, then expanded and fortified the city of Suyab, making it the westernmost of the four garrisons of Anxi that guarded the western regions. And so, 6,000 li from the Tang capital of Chang'an, a magnificent city emerged, blending Central Asian, Western, and many other cultures. -1 while possessing a distinctly Han Chinese character. Although today, all we see at a glance is a desolate city covered in wild grass. Standing on the high platform of the ruins, one can still make out the outline of this ancient city, the once prosperous city of Suyab. To its south lie the majestic Tian Shan Mountains, and to its north, the westward flowing Chu River. It overlooked the entire Chu River Valley, controlling a vital transportation route. From a higher vantage point, you can still faintly see its former layout. It consisted of an eastern and a western city. The eastern city was roughly pentagonal in shape, most likely a city built by the Tang Dynasty, while the western city resembled an earlier Central Asian city. Fortunately, at the ruins of the eastern city, we met Mr. Xia Yangxing from the Shaanxi Academy of Archaeology. The joint Chinese-Kyrgyz archaeological team he belongs to is currently investigating several ancient city ruins in the Chu River Valley. Under his guidance, we saw traces of the Great Tang Dynasty. This is the core area of Suyab's eastern city. The ground is littered with Tang Dynasty cylindrical and flat tiles. The way they were combined and stacked was like this. The concave side of the flat tiles faced up, and the cylindrical tiles were placed over them, interlocking in the opposite direction. What we're looking at now is the debris from the collapse of abandoned Tang Dynasty tiled, timber-framed buildings. Based on all the evidence, it's highly probable that this area has some connection to the administrative office seen by Wang Fengyi, as recorded in official histories. Wang Fengyi, the Protector General of Anxi. That's right, and the most important artifact unearthed here is a stone tablet with a Chinese inscription. It was created by Wang Fengyi's successor, Du Huaibao, the Protector General of Anxi, to pray for the well-being of the emperor and his parents. And the two characters for Suyab, clearly visible on it, confirm that this was indeed the great Tang city of Suyab. That was Suyab's most glorious era, and it was also the period when the poet Li Bai was born. By the year 705 AD, Li Bai had left Suyab and returned to Sichuan. And after that, the fate of Suyab, much like that of Li Bai himself, was full of ups and downs. In the year 751 AD, when Li Bai was 50 years old, a Tang army of 30,000 men marched on a distant expedition to Suyab. The army was led by Gao Xianzi, a famous general from the reign of Emperor Xuanzang, and his target was Talas, nearly 400 kilometers away. It was here that the Great Tang went to war with the then powerful Arab Empire. This was a war between the two most powerful empires in the world at the time. It is known in history as the Battle of Talas, but in the end, the Great Tang was defeated. Several years later, the Tang Dynasty's military forces gradually withdrew from the western regions, and Suyab was lost. At this time, Li Bai also fell from grace in Dangtu and Hui. From then on, it was 6,000 li to Chang'an and the great Tang no longer had its Suyab. Later, the city fell into further decline and desolation, appearing only in a few scattered lines of poetry. Could this really be how it all ended? This is Bishk, the capital of Kyrgyzstan, about 60 kilometers from Suyab. In the markets here, whether it's grains, spices, and honey from Central Asia, or clothing, electronics, and daily necessities from China, you can find it all at the stalls. And a scene like this is reminiscent of what Suyab must have once been like. 1,000 years ago, countless cities and post stations, large and small, each bearing the weight of ages, formed a vibrant web across the Eurasian continent, creating the Great Silk Road. Goods from the east and west traveled back and forth along it, and cultures from the east and west flowed through it. And 1,000 years later, the cities of old have turned to yellow earth, but the Silk Road still stretches on, unbroken. The tunnel we are driving through now is part of Kyrgyzstan's only main transportation route connecting its north and south, the North-South Highway. It runs southward from the capital, Bishk, in the north, all the way to the country's second-largest city, Osh. Because the old North-South Highway had fallen into disrepair over the years, making travel difficult. A new highway built by the China Road and Bridge Corporation now spans mountains and rivers, opening up many isolated mountainous regions while cutting the journey distance by nearly half. Compared to the old road, once completed, it will not only become the main north-south transportation artery for all of Kyrgyzstan, but also a vital link in today's Silk Road economic belt. In addition, there are the China-Europe Railway Express freight trains that depart from multiple Chinese cities, as well as future projects like the China-Kyrgyzstan-Uzbekistan Railway that will connect all of Central Asia. They will replace the melodic camel bells of the past and continue to race along at the foot of the Tian Shan Mountains. A great wind blows for tens of thousands of miles, sweeping past the Jade Gate Pass. The City of Ages is long gone, but its story is not over. When we come here, what we feel is not just the sight of broken walls and ruins. Every pottery shard here, every handful of yellow earth holds a story of the past. The great monk Xuanzang, who journeyed tens of thousands of miles to the west, the poet immortal Li Bai, who hailed from this land, and also Wang Fengyi, Du Huaibao, and Gao Xianzi. Every one of them is a familiar figure from our shared past. 6,000 li away from Chang'an, it turns out this land is not unfamiliar at all. It turns out that for us, being here is simply a reunion after a long separation.